Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 14th of June 2019. I'm using the Wildwood Tarot for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. So I'm going to give them a bit of a shuffle here. And while I'm shuffling the cards, I just tune in and I ask them, what is Friday the 14th going to be about? And what energy will we be working with? So these readings are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. And if you like my videos, then please hit the subscribe button. That would be ever so great. And let's have a look at what the cards want you to know. So we have 15, which is the devil. Then the 7 of bows, which is the 7 of wands. And then we have the 6 of stones, which is the 6 of pentacles. Right, so let's have a look at what this means. It seems kind of ominous to begin with, but the great thing about the tarot, even if it seems ominous, like if you get a spread that says Death, the Tower, and the Hanged Man, you may be like, It often doesn't mean what you think it means in the context. It's always a way to help you. The cards are never there to just scare you and say everything's going to go belly up. They're there as a tool because they know who's using them, and the law of attraction is at work, and the right cards always come up to help you. So first of all, the Guardian is an interesting way of representing the devil, because the devil is usually depicted as this big monster who has two innocent people in chains, and he's forcing them to be his slaves. And the devil is often seen as the ego, and the devil is the ego in our minds running around saying, you can't do this, you're not good enough, you'll never make it, you haven't got the talent, you're going to make a fool of yourself. And it's what holds us back. It's what prevents us from being our best true selves. Now here, we've got a cave, and we've got this monstrous skeletal guardian blocking the cave. And the cave is a doorway. And even though it looks grim, I think you have stashed all of your jewels and gold and confidence and courage and abundance in that cave. And either you have put the guardian there yourself to hang on to the things that you've got. You felt like you needed to make sure you can hang on to them, and now it's become a monster that you have to face. Or the guardian has brought himself there and has said, I don't want you to access this anymore. So whichever way this happened, the guardian is just a bunch of bones assembled together. It looks scary, but you give him a good kick there, the whole thing comes tumbling down in the knee joint. Or give him a little tap there on that joint there, and the whole thing's going to come crashing down. It's about not taking things so seriously. That's the message that I'm getting. Don't take things so seriously. Don't be frightened by the way things look. They're deliberately positioned that way today to keep you away, to keep you in your place, to back off, to say, oh, okay, I'll come back tomorrow. This kind of looks a bit scary. Never mind. I'll get my jewels and my treasure and my confidence back tomorrow. Once you've gone, I don't really want to get involved with you. And this is a joke. This is nothing. It can't hurt you. The claws may seem scary, and if it lashes out, then it can scratch you. So there is the potential to harm yourself, because this is a thing in your head. The ego, remember, is in your head. I can't do the comedy club, even though I'm funny, because what if I go up there and no one laughs and I make a fool of myself? That's what the claws are. It's the anticipation of pain that's the worst. Being in pain, being scratched isn't as bad as thinking about, oh my goodness, I could be scratched and I could be injured. And that's what this Joker clown thing of a skeleton is. It's the anticipation of fear, and it's the anticipation of failure. So have a bit of a chuckle at this thing looking ridiculous in front of this cave, and the vibrations of your laughter may even make it fall apart. So that's the big thing I'm being told today, is to look at scary things and to turn them around and make them ridiculous. This is like in that, oh God, I'm referencing Harry Potter now. It's in one of the Harry Potter movies, they get the thing that they're scared the most of, and it comes out of the closet, and they cast a spell and called Ridiculoso or something, and they turn the thing that they're most scared of, like if it's spiders or if it's a teacher or something, and they put it in funny clothing, or they put it on roller skates to make it seem funny. And do a little bit of mental acrobatics as well today, and make the things that seem scary funny, and that's going to open the way for you to access all of the good things that you've got. Seven of Bows is clearance, and the Seven of Bows is it's really about harvesting and clearing out the things that you thought you wanted, and getting rid of those and coming up with something new. So you're clearing out all of the things that you've been working towards, and the things that have kind of bogged you down and that you've held on to, and you couldn't decide which one was your purpose. Because remember, wands is about fire, passion, life purpose, and being on the right path. And here we've got an axe encouraging you to chop this all up and to throw them into the fire. So this is difficult because you're being forced to do a spring clean, in the sense of, I have to now focus on one thing. I can't make all of my dreams in life come true. I'm being forced to downgrade. I can't go be a doctor without borders. I can't have the family. I can't be super, super rich. I can't be a fashion model. I can't be the world's #1 race car driver and a psychic healer at the same time. I'm going to have to pick two things to do. I can't do everything at once. So it's like chopping away your own dreams and clearing that out so you can make space to actually focus on those things, which is good in the long term, but in the short term, it feels really hard. It feels difficult. So it's almost like you got into the cave to get your confidence and to get the things that you needed. You had to go through this process of shooing away fear first. You've done that already. Now the next obstacle comes up, and it's like, all right, stop being so selfish and just focusing on yourself, and clear out all of these fantasies and these these kind of harebrained ideas that you've got going on, and get real. So you're going to burn those and get real and focus on one or two of the things that actually are passions. And yes, it's painful, but in the long term, you'll actually be able to make those grow into huge trees like the one we've got there, rather than being wispy little sticks. You're spreading yourself too thin. The Six of Stones is exploitation. It's being broke. Everything's burnt down. So the fact that you've burnt down your dreams, you feel bereft. You feel like you've been left with nothing. You feel like your hopes and dreams have been shattered. The world has taken it away from you. The flames that were so joyful and encouraging and exciting have now taken on a life of their own, and they're sweeping through your existence, and all that's left are broken beehives. This was one of your dreams. It's gone to smithereens, it's collapsed, the bees all left because of the danger of the fire. You're shattered, you're hungry. It really doesn't get much worse. So you feel exploited by the world because it's made you face your fears and you've got nothing for it. You have had to give up your dreams and get focused, and you felt like you had to make do with life or fit into life because it doesn't support you in doing all of the things that you desire. And that makes you feel hard done by. And it makes you feel like you've lost a lot. Now, the Six of Stones is sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down. And the fundamental thing about this day is to not take things so seriously. So, you've had to give up something today that you can't do. You can't go ice skating. Big deal. Don't take that so seriously. Oh no, I can't go ice skating. My whole life is over. It's not. Just do the things that you care about. It's not that bad. Focus on enjoying something that you actually care about. Rather than being a victim of that fire, be that fire and be the phoenix rising from the ashes and doing something else. So instead of having beehives, start building your own business, or change jobs, or fall in love, or do something that's actually wonderful, and be the power and ride that fire until it burns itself out. And once things calm down a bit, then you can choose to go ice skating again. Then you can choose to pick up the other things that you've wanted to do. But it's not all about you today. And if you don't take it so seriously, you're going to have to make a little bit of space for other people, and possibly other people even coming to you and saying, do you know what, your enthusiasm and excitement about what you're doing, it's really kind of harming us, it's putting us out of business. And then you have to kind of stop and say, okay, should I go in the other way so that I don't harm these people? Or, which again would be irritating, because again you're being asked to minimize yourself, to make yourself smaller for the sake of others. Like here you've had to get rid of a couple of your dreams. Now you've worked your way into not being the victim and actually being empowered and fired up. And now people are also telling you, can you please not burn everything down and just contain yourself a little bit? So it's a day of you pushing against the world and feeling hard done by, and feeling like you can't get what you want no matter how hard you try. And the trick is to be satisfied with what you have, to be grateful, to laugh at the things that are difficult, to not let yourself hold on so tightly, to open your hands to say, I've got more than enough in me to be happy with one thing that I've got. I've always got me. And as long as I've got me, there will always be opportunities to thrive. There will always be great things to achieve. But today, we're pressing the pause button. We're looking at what the world wants me to deal with. I'm going to deal with it to the best of my ability. And tomorrow, I'll see what that taught me. Tomorrow, in hindsight, I will understand why I had to hold back a little bit. Maybe it was to rev up my energy for the next day. Maybe it was to give me wisdom or freedom from my tendency to hook my claws into things and to not let go. So this is one of those days where it's better not to take action, not to get into huge conflicts, to wait for the hindsight to teach you to laugh in the face of fear and danger and losing everything, because it's not true. But every card, as you can see, presents you with an obstacle. So it's just like, oh my God, is anything good coming out of this? Like, I'm making lemonade out of lemons here. I'm making margaritas out of limes here. I'm making prune juice out of prunes here. I mean, how much can I do, really? So try and be positive. Might be, hey, that you've got, the world's number one prune juice at the end of this. The point is to let go, to realize that tomorrow's another day, that this is temporary, and you can't win every day, and you can't make every day all about you. Sometimes other people need your help, or other people need your energy to fuel their fire, or sometimes you're not welcome, and you can push your way in. Sometimes it's better to hold back. And those are all difficult things where you kind of have to bite your lip. But by doing that, you reserve your energy. You don't give it away in anger and getting involved in big fights and violence, like kicking him in the shins or the knees or whatever. And you just hold back a little bit and you just see what this is all about. It'll start to make sense tomorrow. 7 and 6 is 13, and 15 is 28. 2 and 8 is 1. No, it's 10, which reduces to 1 in numerology. And 1 is the magician. 1 is about, I want to be independent and do things by myself. So even the numbers are counterintuitive to what's actually going on. So you're going to feel like you're being blocked at every turn. So don't get mad. Go within, meditate, and see what this is all about. Because the one thing that's really going to be open and open wide is your inner self, your spiritual self, your gut, your intuition. And rather than fighting in the external world against all of these things that are blocking you today, go within and just ask the question, what am I meant to do? Why am I holding back? And don't waste your energy. That's the most important thing. Have a great day despite this. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. I can answer any questions you may have in a personal reading. Please subscribe to this channel. Have a great Friday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.